Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just filming a quick video on how I tend to bleach and pluck my frontals. I'm working with Unice hair. The frontal I think is a 12-inch frontal, 13 by 6. And I also have 3 12-inch bundles in straight. You're also going to need some foil. Some True Lights Blue bleaching powder. And some 40 volume developer. And a plastic knife. Here we have our frontal. As you can see, the hairline comes pre-plucked, but the knots are not as yet bleached. I'm now going to take my bleach and put it into the container. I don't really measure precisely when it comes to bleach and developer. I just do what I think works, but I never go too much. I always start small, and if I need more, I'll build upon it later. When it comes to adding the developer, you never want to add too much, because I don't like when it's watery. When it's too watery, the bleach can bleed through onto the hair, and you don't want that. You want it to sit right on the lace and on the knots itself, not onto the hair. So I mix until it becomes a really thick paste, and normally I'll take out the knife that I mix it with. I'll tip it upside down and see if the paste falls off the knife. If it's not falling off the knife, then it's good to go. Okay, so it looks like I'm pressing down really hard. I'm not. I'm barely pressing down, but if you press down too hard, it'll bleed through onto the hair. If you don't press down hard enough, it won't stay on the lace itself, and you want it to process all the knots. I start at the back, because at the front, the knots are thinner and they'll bleach faster and it won't be even all over. So I start at the back and I make my way around. And yeah, so I'm going to speed up this part because it did take me quite a while, and I'll be back shortly. I also tend to scrape off excess bits off the frontal and use it on other areas. That way I don't obviously waste bleach. I want it to spread over evenly, but also not bleed through. Now that all the bleach is applied, I'm going to put some foil over it just to help the bleach process, and I'll leave it there for 15 minutes to half an hour. I do take the bleach above the hairline just to ensure that I've got every last knot at the front and at the back. I'm then going to wash it off with some purple shampoo just to help tone the knots, that way they're not too brassy, and I'll leave it in some conditioner overnight. Now that we've got our knots bleached, there's no bleeding through onto the hair, which is amazing. We're now going to move on to plucking the hairline. You want to make this as natural as possible. So as you can see, I do pluck on a blockhead, which is just easier to film on, but I use a tail comb and a tweezer, and obviously when your tweezer gets blunt, you do need to buy new ones, as they do need to stay quite sharp. Trying to explain out loud how to pluck a hairline is actually so hard, but as you can see, I part off the first bit of the hairline and I pluck behind it. I never pluck in the same space. You don't want a bald patch. That is one thing you do not ever want. And obviously this is sped up, but I'm going a lot slower. I never pluck in the same space. So you pluck a bit, I brush it back, I check it, I pluck again, I check it, I pluck again, I check it. I'm always checking, because if you pluck too much, it won't look good. If you don't pluck enough, it won't look realistic, and you do want a really realistic hairline. I then pluck back from the line itself That way it has less of that frontal look, because the shape that it comes in, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you guys see what I mean. Like, I don't like that line that it comes in. I don't like it. So yeah, I pluck that back. I brush it, obviously, as you can see. I pluck it. I check it on both sides just to make sure that I can see a difference. That's literally what I do, plucking and combing and plucking and combing. Never in the same space. Always never in the same space. If you pluck too much, you'll get a bald spot. I can't repeat this enough. Like, no one wants that. So always plucking and checking, combing, never in the same space. That's basically all I can give you. Then I do tend to pluck a lot behind the hairline because I don't want it to look really, really dense. If I'm honest, I didn't really think how awkward this was gonna be to film and then do a voiceover. I didn't want to do a talk through because at the time I was recording outside. There was things happening outside, so I thought, all right then, cool, I'll do a voiceover. After bleaching and plucking your frontal should be looking like this. The knots are bleached, the hairline is plucked, it looks natural. There are no black knots. It just looks really, really natural. Frontal and bundles were installed and cut into a blunt cut wig. If you guys would like to see a video on how I install my wigs, please let me know down below. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know any videos you guys would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.